Hello, and we're here with Voltaire Tayag, Executive Vice President of Miss Universe Philippines. Thank you, Voltaire. So, you have worked with a number of Miss Universe candidates Philippines, and what makes Chelsea Manalo stand out?
It's very easy for me to answer that question because it's the way how people relate to her. If she's, I would say, Sasha Fierce on stage, but the moment she's in front of you, people just find her to be so approachable. I think there's that genuine energy that comes from her, from deep within her, and it's a very humble and genuine spirit that people relate to, whether it's from high-profile society or down to the security guards or the young children or to titas at the clubhouse. They all respond to her and are somehow drawn to her, and that's something that I haven't seen in many queens. And it's something also that has to be so natural to her that it's not something that you can really train. And I'm hoping, and I'm actually excited for her to get to Mexico City, because I know that the moment she gets there, the people of Mexico and also the judges and the Miss Universe organization will probably feel that energy as well.
Like you mentioned to me earlier that when you saw her the first time, you already knew she was a potential queen. What made you say that?
I remember seeing her in her previous pageant, her previous national pageant years ago, and she did this walk, and I instantly recognized it. I'm like, oh my God, that's that Naomi Campbell walk. And that was the first thing that caught my attention. But later on, and as that pageant progressed, I saw how beautiful her face was. But it was throughout the years that I realized that she was also such a grounded person, because she comes from a great background, because her parents are so supportive and so loving and encouraging of her. Mm-hmm. So I think all of that wrapped together makes her like a really well-rounded, beautiful person.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think would be the challenges for her to stand out in a competition like in Mexico, where all the diversity is there?
No, I think it's not so much a challenge. I think it will really depend on who the judges are going to be. And I'm sure you know this also because you follow pageants, and a different set of judges can come out with a different set of winners. And if it's Chelsea's destiny, and of course we're hoping that it is, it's going to fall into place. All the pieces will fall into place, and she has prepared in every single possible way, from her runway to her Q&A to her Club 42 to the gowns and the costume. Everything is all in place. Now it's just for the other pieces of her destiny to come together. That's what we have to see.
And what kind of advice did you give her?
Now, this is something that I always tell the queens, that when you go in there, you have to remember two things. One, that you're always good enough. And then number two, the moment you step in to the competition, you have to be at peace with whatever the results are going to be. Because that's the only way that you can really deal with any of the pressures, to deal with any of the problems that come along with a pageant. But if you're at peace with it, you know that you're representing yourself, and nobody tells your story but yourself. That's any person that can tell it the best way.
Thank you very much. Would you like to invite all the Filipinos to join Chelsea in Mexico?
Yes, well, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sumusuporta kay Chelsea. We know that she has so much support all this time, but this is that crucial moment. Please support her. I know there have been so many pageants in the recent months, but please do not get tired of voting for Philippines and Chelsea Manalo. And we hope, for the people that can, to see you in Mexico City.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.